Okay, so right here I've got my UKarms M series M4 M16. I think this is actually the IU-M4A1B. I'm not entirely sure though. I've got the box here. This thing is 3 years old. I bought it almost 3 years ago now, so it is not, you know, perfectly new. But the gun's right there. I just didn't really feel like putting the cardboard or anything. But anyways, so I want to say, to begin with, this is not the original body. In case you're wondering why it's green, this is not the original body. The original body actually broke because I actually dropped this thing. And, yeah, it broke. Give me the original body. This is the original body here, the bottom part of it. And as you can see, right there, that snapped, yeah, so stock didn't work. Give me the other piece. It's back there. When I dropped it, there's a piece right here that fell off. So now it was, this piece would go right here. So it was then hinging open and it wouldn't work right. So I just bought a new body at eBay for 20 bucks and barely on the bid. So now it's all good.
Here's the battery for it. It's an 8.4 volt.
Yeah.
What milliamp?
1200. This is the original battery. Since then I've had to tape it up, and I remember when I first charged it, I charged it for about 15 minutes and then used it, which is not good. You're supposed to fully charge it first, so it's pretty much dead now. It not powerful enough to fire the gun.
How much it cost?
Alright, so basics, this thing cost me 120 about, roughly $120, which I think was very good for this gun, considering now it costs about $250, which I think is kind of ridiculous. If you go on Amazon, it costs that much.
So we could sell it for money. We could actually sell
I
it for
could,
money.
but it's used. It's got a different body and there's a different part inside of it. I had to buy a spring guide for the gearbox. I'm not going to go into detail, but
we'll go into detail later, actually.
Maybe. It took a lot for me to fix this thing. So about the gun itself, pros and cons. Pros, this thing fires very fast. When I first got it, I was surprised, and actually when I bought this battery that's in here now, I was actually thought there was something wrong with the battery because the thing was firing so fast, but it was actually the normal firing speed.
So our current battery's dead. We've had for about 3 years.
Yeah, well, this is the current battery. It's dead. There's a different one here that came with my brother's MP5.
Yeah, my MP5.
That happened, so. And it's not powerful enough anyways. It doesn't last long at all. I remember playing with my friend, playing with a few of my friends actually, with this thing about a year and a half ago, winter before this one, and I ran out of batteries really quickly. So
first off, the body is all metal. Almost everything here is metal. The original body and this body is plastic. The handle is plastic. This front thing here is plastic. But that's no big deal. It should be plastic.
The stock's plastic. The sight is plastic.
But it's good plastic though. It's strong plastic.
Yeah, the original I had some issues, but this stuff, I mean, things would look better. The barrel, the front sight, and the back stock. Actually, no, and the barrel, the front sight, the magazine, and the stock
and the trigger and the gearbox.
And the trigger and the gearbox are all metal. So it makes for a pretty rough gun, unless you did something like I did and you dropped it, in which case it's a body issue. But right here I've got my 1600 milliamp, which is new, and it actually works very well.
I actually paid for that, so
right on eBay. So anyway, so as I said before, it's very fast firing and it's actually quite powerful. I think it was advertised at about 380 FPS.
It shoots more like maybe it shoots about that. So
about that, yeah. It's kind of old, so it hasn't retained fully its power since I've taken the gearbox apart many times to fix it for various different issues. But don't worry about it. The reason I had to fix it was kind of an error by myself because I dropped it and then I kept on screwing things up. So if you want to see this from a different angle, you got it right there. One of my favorite things about this gun is, first of all, you got this. Let's have that closed. I'm going like this. Sounds pretty cool. You can also pop this open right here. There's the
pop-up adjustment.
Pop-up, which is easy to adjust. So,
well, it feels like a pretty good gun. It's weighted
about 10 pounds.
No, less than that. I'd say much less than that.
Yeah, about 8 pounds maybe.
It has a pretty good feel to it, though.
It feels kind of plasticky, though. I mean, because you're holding it here and here, and both those are plastic. But it's not bad. I mean, it feels comfortable. It's an M4, so I mean it feels pretty cool to handle.
Okay, so taking the magazine out, you press this button right up here.
Yeah, I think I know that. So if I'm gonna show you how fast it fires. This is one shot. Sounds pretty cool. Automatic. Now this battery, I haven't charged it in a few days. It's kind of worn down a little bit. So this isn't its full firing speed, but right there is its firing speed with a slightly used battery.
Firstly, to change the fire mode, you move this thing right here.
Right here. It's a typical M4 usage there.
Show the magazine. The magazine holds about 400 or 500 rounds.
Right.
BBs. Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, that was not in there to begin with. You know, it's typical magazines, high cap. It's about 300, 400. So I'm gonna go formal pro-con thing here. Pros, fast firing, powerful. As I said, when I bought it, accurate with
yes. Good ammo only. If you use
with good
ammo, it's not accurate.
.12s don't work at all. Really.
Well, they work.
They work, but they don't work very well. .2s are. I'd go with them, but .25s are very accurate. Okay, if you can see this, this is my brother's Super X9 sniper rifle.
Don't buy it.
Okay, right. It's not. This thing's more accurate with .25s. It's not powerful, but it's more accurate.
Well, that's not saying much.
That's not saying much since this thing kind of sucked.
The Super X9 is
but it's quite accurate. That's a good thing. Another good thing is the cool sound it makes when you go like this. As I said, it's got the fully adjustable stock, which I like. So I guess I can move on to cons now. The cons, as I said, it's plastic. I mean, it's not. It doesn't. It's not necessarily a bad thing. You don't really need to be plastic. And at this point in time, it's very expensive, which is not a good thing, of course. To the point where I'd say it's not worth the money if you're going to buy this gun. Once again, in conclusion, I'm going to end this video right now and say that it's not worth $250. I'd say the most money this gun is worth to buy would be about $140. I got it for like $115 off Amazon 3 years ago, but $140 is about the max you should go for this thing. A few things I forgot to mention. I thought you might want to see me holding it and everything. Like this. M4. A few things I forgot to mention. One of the things I don't like is how this doesn't have any rails, but it does have attachments to our flashlight and the hand grip there. Although it is not a rail. Over here, that's a rail for whatever red dot sight scope. Although it doesn't look like this will come off at all. So that might not be very useful. But it is a rail nonetheless. So that's alright. So